Well, good morning, everybody. Another day on Tom's Appalachian Trail journey, northbound from Springer Mountain to Mount Katahdin. Moving slow this morning. I never want to sound like I'm complaining, but yesterday was quite a workout. It was a bit more than what I really probably should have done, but I came past a shelter probably 4 or 5 miles before the one that I stopped at. It was 3:30 in the afternoon, and I didn't think I could stop at 3:30 in the afternoon with like 11 or 12 miles. So I went on, and here in Massachusetts, I'm sure they say camp in designated spots only. But not only that, there really aren't many spots along the trail to stealth camp. About maybe 2 miles ago, I eyed a fire, not a fire road, but maybe a trail around a lake that was flat. Seemed like it was not that well traveled, and given the time of day, I almost put my tent down there. And looking back on it, I should have, because I went the last 1.8 or 2 miles to the Mount Wilson. Let's see what it is over here. The Mount Wilson South Shelter. Okay, I am still delirious. The Mount Wilcox Shelter. Wow, this thing was built in 1939. Hey, they did it right. Anyway, I stopped at this shelter and stayed for the night, but I got here at about 7:15. It was just about dark because of the shorter days, I guess. I'm slow to learn. But I wanted to skip dinner. I just wanted to set the tent up and crawl into bed, and I didn't do that. I made dinner. I kind of forced myself to do that, but the mosquitoes were chasing me around so bad as I was trying to wolf down a hot meal. That was too hot to eat. Anyway, it's just when I stop at past 6:30 in the evening, it just, there isn't time to get things done, and I shouldn't do that anymore. But anyway, I slept really well. I was tired. I woke up several times. One time I woke up and I heard what sounded like something chewing on the shelter. And I had seen this last night when I first got here. I didn't give it much thought. But this sounded like, just, it's almost like you could hear teeth going through the grain of the wood. And then when I was eating breakfast here this morning, I thought, you know what? This almost looks like beaver teeth marks. I don't know if I can get it up here where you can see it. But if you can see that, you can see each tooth mark that's gone through the wood. And I think that there was something standing here chewing on this while I was sleeping in the shelter. It goes all the way down. And if you could see that, it looks like what I could hear. Anyway, I heard it chewing, and I just slammed my hand down on the floor of the shelter, and it ran off. I think it came back and chewed again, and then I slammed my hand down, and it ran off again, and I could hear something in the woods. It doesn't seem like it'd be possible where I'm at for there to be a beaver up here chewing on this shelter. Something has been. I don't know what it is. Anyway, long message here at the beginning of my day, but I'm getting ready to get started again and head north on the Appalachian Trail. Hope you have a great day. I'm going to have a great day.
My watch says 4 a.m. My mind says stay in bed, but my spirit says go ahead to another day, and I've got mighty miles to make, and not a single one will go to waste.
Pretty little pond here that I'm walking by. Just maybe a mile and a half north of the South Mount Wilcox shelter that I stayed at, kind of halfway in between the south and the north. Trail's been difficult the last couple of days because it's well, a lot of foot placement is always important, but it's been a bit more challenging, let's put it that way. And there's been a lot of just up and down vertical. Maybe there's no more than normal and it's just my state of mind right now, but that's what it felt like yesterday and the day before. I just passed a father and son that were heading southbound. I didn't know until towards the end of the conversation that they were father and son. But as you can probably tell, I've been struggling a little bit over the last couple of weeks for various reasons. And, you know, one of the things that just wears on my mind 8 or 10 hours a day is the whites that are coming up. White Mountains, Mount Washington, the presidentials. That section above tree line, pretty rugged, and it's just that and getting to Katahdin before they close it down, and you just think about it 8 or 10 hours a day. But the father and son that I just went past, the son is, trail name is Gazelle, and he's heading southbound as I just mentioned. But so of course he came off of Katahdin to begin with, and then went through the whites. I don't know, probably a few weeks ago now. I'm just guessing. But it actually was very encouraging and uplifting to talk with him about the whites and getting through those mountains and the timing. And people keep telling me the same thing, which is, I mean, you have the time to get there before they close it. So just keep hiking north. But you think about it all day long. But I just wanted to, if Gazelle and his father had another twist that really grabbed me, and that is that he used to work in I think he said at the Vista Cafe, might have been at the top of one of the towers. And so, you know, thank God he's here, you know, for him and his son and his family. But to be that close to it, it really got me emotionally when I thought about that. But Gazelle, thank you very much for just your advice and your thoughts about getting through the whites and the 100-mile wilderness and Katahdin. I appreciate it so very much. And it's amazing how much better I feel right now. If I can just keep my mind from messing that up, that would be a good thing. On up the trail we go. Should take a seat, huh? Gotta keep moving. Time for sitting later. Maybe. Summit Vista. I guess shouldn't pass it up, huh? Let's check it out. There it is. Very pretty. Pretty countryside here in Massachusetts. Another warm day in the 80s, upper 80s, but thankful for it. Nice weather. Interesting, there's a picnic table right here. Nice place to hike up to for a picnic, I guess, but we're a ways away from things. But that's very thoughtful of someone. Ooh, it's warm here on this side of the hill. Appalachian Trail, Tiring Ham Cobble. That's the name of what I just came out of, I guess. Trail stand, snacks and soda. I've seen this on other people's YouTube channels. Guess I should go down here and see what's available. Picnic table. Free Wi-Fi. Wah, 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 wah. Empty. Oh boy. No love. Got past a guy on the trail that was heading southbound, and he said that there were about 10 or 15 tents at the shelter he was at last night, so he suspected this might be empty, and it is. Oh well. Up and over into the cattle pasture. Flowers are pretty. This is whole valley. Well, it's a little bit after 4 o'clock. I think I'm about 10 miles. I've told myself that at 5:30 at the latest, I'm gonna start looking for a spot to pitch my tent. I'm not gonna make it to Upper Goose Pond Cabin, which would be a great place to go to because it's looks like a beautiful location, and I understand they do pancakes for you in the morning or something. I don't know. But second day in a row, I've got like a 4-mile, very steep uphill. That's where I came from. And up there is where I'm going. I know it doesn't translate very good on the camera, but it's very steep, and the water that I needed to carry was a 4-mile carry like yesterday. So at the bottom of the 4 miles is where the water source was, and I need to carry the water to the top so that I have water for dinner and water for breakfast. But so I'm slowly making my way up this incline, and then I'll be looking for a spot at the top somewhere probably, and crossing my fingers. There's some sort of a natural boundary or something, a sign that says no camping beyond that spot between there and the other side of Upper Goose Pond Cabin. So probably look for someplace before that, obviously. And as clouds getting dark, it's supposed to be a 30% chance of a 1/4 inch of rain in an hour. So it'd be nice if I could find someplace before that. Struggling, but still moving. I think I made it to the top of my last uphill for today. Have a, as I mentioned, cannot make it to Upper Goose Pond Shelter, but have a spot in mind. And there were comments on the Far Out app, believe it or not, of all people, from Stick the Eagle, from his through hike last year, his successful through hike. He mentioned that this knee-deep pond has some flat spots, but since Massachusetts does not allow camping except for in designated camp areas, that you should only use it as a last resort. And I believe that if I can find that flat spot, that will be my last resort. Will be using it, and that's what I will be doing, because I am whooped, and I'm looking forward to stopping at a decent time tonight, having a meal, and relaxing for a little bit before it gets completely dark. So my apologies, state of Massachusetts, in advance. I think we are arriving at Knee Deep Pond. Knee Deep Pond. See if I can find a spot here. Looks pretty workable. That right there would work for me. I think it might be the best spot. I'll look around a little bit. Well, I got stopped just in time. Had dinner, got my bear hang put up, Food hung, heat brushed. Obviously the tent's set up. And there's thunder and it's raining now, so thank you, Lord, for giving me the time that I needed. Good night, everybody.